What's going on, guys? Welcome back to my channel, and as you can tell, I am back in Pittsburgh, PA in my old room. I actually redid the backdrop here, if you can't tell. It is a little bit different, rearranged it a bit. I think it looks a little bit better. Let me know what you guys think of it. And before we actually do get started with today's video, I want to let you guys know about this free app called Tad that helps me earn money. If you're a fan of my content, like what I do here on YouTube, please consider downloading the app. All it is just watching ads on your phone, and whenever you watch them, you kind of earn this credit, and it builds up, and once you hit 500 for the day, you can send it to me or any other content creator that is on that platform, and those Tads actually turn into cash for me. I'm sure you all know about the adpocalypse on YouTube. It's getting more difficult for us YouTubers and content creators to make money even though we're gaining views and subscribers. I am planning to do a full video on Tad in the next few days, kind of explaining it more and actually showing you guys the app and talking about some future goals we can set and even rewards for you guys who do choose to support me on Tad. Now, of course, the choice is yours. You do not have to download the app if you don't want to. I'm not trying to sound like I, deserve money or anything, but it seriously would mean a lot to me. So if you love what I do, want to support me, please consider downloading the app. There will be a link down below. Now let's get to the actual video. The reason you guys all clicked on this to hear my thoughts on 15 bands in one video. This is actually the third installment of this, I guess, series, you could call it. I've done it 2 other times a couple months ago. The last one was actually in April, so it's been a little while. The whole idea of this video is for you guys to send me bands, of course, and I will tell you my initial thoughts on them. A lot of these are actually going to be first impressions, so do not take them too seriously. If you've seen the first 2 videos, you know how this format's going to work, but if you are new here, make sure to check out the first 2 videos before you watch this one. So I'm gonna go through all these bands and answer a couple quick questions about them. First being my initial thoughts on them. Second, what was the first song I heard by them? Third, am I a fan? Fourth, what is my favorite song by them? And 5, have I seen them live? I think you guys get the idea, so without further ado, let's start with the very first band, Arctic Monkeys. Now, this is a band that I actually found on Tumblr. I would see a ton of people that I followed like years ago reblogging a lot of stuff from them, like pictures of them, or else lyrics and gifs from their videos and that sort of thing. And back then I did decide to look up a few songs, but beyond that I really haven't checked them out until this video. The first song I ever heard by them was Do I Wanna Know, which I still really love. And am I a fan of them? I don't want to call myself a fan of them because I'm not necessarily like super into them. I haven't really dug deep into their discography yet, so I don't want to be like a fake fan and call myself a fan, but I do really love Alex Turner's voice, and I love their whole style, and I clearly don't dislike them, so yeah, I guess you could call me a fan. My favorite songs by them are Do I Wanna Know, 505, and She's Thunderstorms. Have I seen them live? Unfortunately, no, but I would actually really love to see them. The next band are called The Frights, and honestly, my first impression of them is that they remind me a lot of the band Fiddlar, who I'm honestly really not that into, so I can't really say I'm the biggest fan of this band either. The first song I heard by them is All I Need, and am I a fan of them? For now, no. I just don't really like enough of their material to call myself a fan of them. They're just not really my thing. And I honestly don't really have a favorite song by them. There isn't anything that kind of stuck out to me when I listened to a lot of their songs, so sorry. And of course, no, I have not seen them live. Next up is Hotel Books, which I have heard of. I knew they were like a spoken word project, more of a poetic musical thing, kind of related to like La Dispute and bands like that. And of course, I heard them on the recent Canadian Softball record by Jared Alonji, and I did like what I heard. I could totally tell what kind of band, what kind of style this dude was gonna be, and I was correct. The first song I heard by Hotel Books was Where We Sleep is Where We Dream, and I could probably call myself a casual fan for right now. I really need to dig deeper into their discography, and please give me recommendations of songs that I should listen to by him, because I really didn't know where to start. So I'm gonna call myself a casual fan for now, and my favorite song by them so far is July Part 1. I really like the lyrics on that one. That was just one that stuck out to me a lot compared to other songs I heard. This is another band that I have not seen live. Pretty much all the bands on this list in this video today I have not seen live, so just a warning there. This next recommendation was Declan McKenna, which I had heard a lot of people talking about recently because I know he just released an album, and he really has that signature indie sound, and I don't love it. I don't hate it, I don't really know how I feel about it. It's pretty good, like, in general, and it's actually great for an 18-year-old, and I heard that a lot of these songs that he wrote were actually from when he was much younger, so that's actually pretty impressive. And I cannot remember what the first song was that I heard, but I know it was one that John played in the car for me. And as far as calling myself a fan, I'm just gonna say, not necessarily. My favorite song I have heard was definitely Make Me Your Queen, and no, I have not seen him live. Red Hot Chili Peppers, I mean, who hasn't heard of this band? I'm really not familiar with a lot of their, like, deep cuts and really most of their albums. I just know a lot of the bigger songs. Yeah, I'm that person, I know. Don't hurt me, just tell me where to start. What should I listen to first? My first song that I heard by them was obviously Danny California. That's like one of their biggest and most popular, well-known songs, so naturally I heard it like on the radio a ton growing up. And like I said, I don't know a ton of their stuff, so I'm not gonna act like I'm this big fan of them just because I like a few one-off songs, but I do like a lot of what I've heard so far. And with that being said, my favorite song by them, I really don't have one. I can't say, just like I haven't heard enough. But I do really like that new song they came out with about a year ago. Dark Necessities, yes, that's the one. John played that a ton, so naturally I did grow to like it. And this is yet another band that I have not seen live. This next band is called Tiger's Jaw, and this is one that I actually checked out a few years ago. I tried them out, and I kind of came to the conclusion that they were not for me whatsoever. But here we are years later, and I did rediscover them sort of, and I can actually say now that I think I understand their music a lot more. Being older now, I definitely do enjoy a lot more of what I've heard from them, but please do give me recommendations of songs to listen to. I looked at like their discography on Spotify and stuff. It looks like they have a lot of material, so I don't really know where to start. The first song I heard, I do not remember. It was years ago, so I really can't say, but as of right now, the first song I heard by them recently was June, which I do realize is pretty brand new. It's like one of their newer songs off their newest record, and I do actually really like that song. I love the female vocalist in that song. It just sounds so pretty and very soothing. I think I can call myself a pretty casual fan for now. Like I said, I like what I've heard, but I do need to dig deeper. And my favorite song by them right now is June. I think that's seriously such a strong song. I just think it sounds really pretty. And another one I really like is The Sun. And no, I have not seen them live, of course. This next band is called Beach Weather, and I listened to a lot of their stuff. They have a couple EPs on Spotify. Really like what I hear. It's definitely an indie alt-rock band. And fun fact, this is actually the band created by former vocalist of A Rocket to the Moon. So that was pretty interesting to me to find out. The first song I heard by them is Rebel Sun, which I really like, so I can definitely call myself a fan there. And that's actually also probably my favorite song that I've heard by them. But I also really like New Skin. And no, I haven't seen them live, but I would absolutely love to. I think they would sound awesome. The next band I want to share my thoughts on are a pop-punk band called Sleep On It, which I can totally get behind. This band are right up my alley. Thank you to whoever requested them. They remind me a little bit of the Gospel Youth and bands like Pacific. Their sound is great. I just wish they had more material. There's only like one EP that I could find on Spotify. The first song I heard was With Friends Like You, We Don't Need Friends, and I can definitely call myself a fan. I really love this band. Like, I would love to see them live. I want to support them. I want to see a full length. Where's it at? My favorite songs are Let Me Go and Counting Miles. I highly recommend you guys check those songs out. And Sleep On It are actually touring with State Champs, and they're going to be coming to Pittsburgh in September sometime, so I'm going to try and go to that show, and if I do, I'll be able to say that I have seen them live. I was honestly never a fan of Linkin Park. With that said, I know that they're talented. I have a lot of respect for them. Of course, with the recent death of Chester Bennington, I have even more appreciation for them as a band, what they do, what they did. But they weren't ever a band that I really got into. Like, their sound just wasn't really for me. I have no idea what the first song I heard by them was. It was probably Numb or something like that. And no, I'm really not a fan of them. I'm sorry. They're just not for me. Favorite song, I think maybe Breaking the Habit. That's one that I've heard played a few times that I remember like liking more than a lot of their other stuff. So no, I haven't seen them live. But I actually almost considered seeing them live with Of Mice and Men a few years ago when they toured together. So that would have been kind of cool to talk about, and I probably would have been more of a fan of them now, but that never happened, so. Next we have Silverstein, and I honestly can't tell if I like them or don't like them. I don't know what it is about their music that just seems kind of cheesy to me. Like, I heard a good amount of songs by them, and I don't know, there isn't too much that's sticking out to me. Retrograde was the first song I checked out, which is from their new album, and I like it, but not enough to probably save it and actually listen to it. Am I a fan of them? I'm gonna avoid that question. My favorite song though was probably My Heroine and also Replace You. Both of those I actually enjoyed a lot more than their other stuff. But no, I haven't seen them live. I don't think I like them enough to go see them live. Sorry. The Rex are up next, and this is finally one that I actually have seen live, so get that question out of the way. This is a little indie rock band that they have a lot of charisma on stage, by the way. Like, they actually put on a really cool show when they opened for All Time Low when I saw them. So that actually made me like them. The first song I heard by them was Favorite Liar, which is still a killer song. And I think I can call myself a casual fan of them. There isn't a ton that I really love aside from that song, but I'm hoping that they put out some more material soon. I can't really say what my favorite song is. Like, I could only find 3 songs on their Spotify, so I really don't even know what else they have. Like, I heard a few songs that I liked when they played it live, but I can't find the set list, so I don't even know what those songs were. And like I said, I saw them live. They were a lot of fun. They had a really cool set, and I think they're very talented, so I'm hoping to see more from them in the future. I just recently discovered the band Cigarettes After Sex, like this summer recently when they came out with their new album, and I really dig their sound because it's so soothing and relaxing and just chill and just very beautiful. When I was checking out this band, I honestly just hit play on the album, and the first track on there was K. Love that song. I'm definitely a fan of this band, and K is actually probably one of my favorite songs by them. That and Opera House are probably my top 2 favorites. I haven't seen them live, but I feel like I would really enjoy that show because it's just like one of those intimate kind of settings where their music just kind of puts you in a trance, like puts a spell on you and kind of takes you away because it's just so soothing. I've heard a couple people actually mention Mom Jeans to me, told me to check them out. I just never really got around to it until this video. And from what I can tell, they're definitely like an emo rock band, something that's pretty much right up my alley, honestly. They remind me a little bit of bands like Sorority Noise, which I love. The first song I did hear by them was Death Cup, and I definitely want to call myself a fan of them. I think they have some great stuff. My favorite song that I have heard is definitely Danger Can't. And this is a band that I would love to see live. I bet they'd be a lot of fun. Next up, we have the Gospel Youth, and I feel like such a fool for missing their set at Warped Tour. This band are so underrated. Like, I have been waiting to talk about them on my channel, and this is finally my chance. I love their new album. They are insanely good. Their vocalist has pipes, man. I was so impressed. The first song I heard was I Will Deliver You to the Fireflies, which is definitely hands down my favorite by them. I'm a big fan of this band. I would love to see them live. I hope they come around soon. I'm rooting for them for sure. I Will Deliver You the Fireflies is definitely like one of my favorite songs of the year, probably. And yeah, I'm pissed that I missed their Warped Tour set, but like I said, hopefully they will come around again soon. Right now, they are a must-see for me. And last but not least, we have Radiohead, a band that everyone has heard of. Honestly, I know like their most popular songs, I just never really got into them for some reason. The only album I have heard in full by them is their newest one, A Moon-Shaped Pool, and that one is definitely like my shit. It's just very atmospheric and almost trippy at times. The first song I heard was definitely Karma Police because Panic at the Disco covered it years ago and I remember looking it up, and I really would like to call myself a fan of Radiohead. I just need to listen to more of their stuff. This is another one that I want you guys to leave me recommendations to. I've listened to their recent album. I think it's great. Let me know what else to listen to. My favorite song by them right now is definitely Dex Dark from A Moon-Shaped Pool, and I have not seen them live, but that would actually be awesome. Well, there you guys have it. Those are my thoughts on 15 different bands in one video. Like I said, there is a part 1 and 2 to this series if you want to check those out. Please do that before commenting other bands that you want me to check out in the comment section. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and remember, this is just my opinion. A lot of these are first impressions. Pretty much all of these I had never really listened to until this video. Take it with a grain of salt. Don't take it too seriously. It's just my first thoughts. If you'd like to see a part 4 of this series, let me know down in the comment section, and leave a like on this video if you did enjoy it, and please subscribe if you're new, and I will see you guys next time.